What's going on, y'all? Let's send this link out and we'll go ahead and get started. Test, test, test. Okay. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. Oh, there we go. We are live. Alright, let me know how it sounds when you hop in, y'all. Let me know how it sounds when you hop in. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how the mic sound when you hop in here. All right, cool. Y'all already know the drill. Y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. We got like one news event today, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to pull all that up in a little bit. Just get my charts together really quick. We got a new 15 about to start in a little bit. You got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. We had some GBP news about an hour ago, and then at 10 o'clock, we got some prelim ULM for the USD, and that's pretty much how we're ending this week. So again, we're just waiting for volume, like always, and our confirmations get met. We took that sell 2 days ago on gold. Price rejected that level. Those I was on the lunch session live yesterday was waiting to see if the price could hold that level as resistance. Price did, but I didn't like what I saw, so that's why we didn't go for another sell position. That's why I wouldn't wait for your confirmations, because again, we could have went there, but again, I didn't like what I was seeing, and good thing we didn't enter, because look what happened. Price rejected, came back to his resistance level. But if you would have went for another sell here, like we was talking about, you could have caught a nice sell setup here. Hit 1960 again, rejected. As you can see, it's dropping down. So we're waiting for price to either retrace and hit this level again. We can look for a sell, or we're waiting for price to come back below to 1948 to look for another sell position. And then the indices ended up rejecting as expected yesterday as well, which was to happen though, because again, when we look at NAS and SPX, we just saw a bunch of green candlesticks until yesterday on the daily. Like I was saying, the entire week retracement was due, so the retracement just happened. So we're going to see if it can hold these level of support. I'm going to be looking for some buy setups still. Want to see for NAS100 if we can break 15,300 and hold that as support. If we can look for a buy setup. Retrace here, it hit my level. As you see, it's shooting back up. So again, same thing. We're either waiting for price to come back to around 15,130, 15,140, look for a buy, or price can break back above 15,300. We can look for a buy setup. So that's what we're going to be looking for on that. But I'm still not looking for sells on these yet. It'd have to break a few more levels for me to want to look for sells. So we're going to be watching gold. We're going to be watching JPY pairs. JPY pairs might try to retrace as well. They've kind of been just choppy and consolidating. As we can see right here, price has just been kind of dead right here for the JPY pairs. We're still going to be watching those. So we're going to be watching gold. We're going to be watching indices, JPY pairs. I'm going to look and see what other pairs are looking like. But like always, got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. Let me just go through all these charts really quick. I don't like how a lot of these look right here. Yeah, these are going to be the charts we're looking at. I'll look at the chart in a second. You already know the drill. I'm just making sure we're not missing any setups. I'm making sure my charts are right. And I'm looking to see what the plan is going to be for the day. What's going on, Jeff? How you feeling? What's going on? I got a new video dropping later on today. Y'all voted, y'all asked for. We got another trade breakdown dropping later on today, so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't seen the video I dropped on, I think it was like Wednesday, make sure to check that as well. All right, I'm gonna drop that video dropping later on today, so be on the lookout for that. Like always, you got any questions, drop in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop in the chat. But I'm about to drop this link, and then we're going to get the TikTok live going. So I don't got that going yet. right, here's that video right here. Cool. Yeah, well, like always, we're just chilling, patiently waiting, just waiting for the confirmations. But again, we can look at these charts. You can see how small candlesticks, we got the consolidation. And just like we always talk about when prices consolidate, what do we want to do? We want to wait for it to break out that consolidation. Excuse me. So let's switch this up like this. We're going to put GN in here. All right, so we're going to keep it on gold for right now. Like I said, didn't take this entry here. So we either want to wait for the retracement, retest, or we want to wait to see if price can break the support level and treat it as resistance to go for sales here. But just like with the indices, the retracement was due because what? We had the lower low, lower high, lower low. And I remember earlier people was talking about the buy move yesterday on gold. But look, even though price went up yesterday, that was simply just the retracement because look what price is doing today. Potentially about to make the next lower low. So what would have happened if you try to go for a buy at this support resistance level? You would have got stopped out. Why? Because again, you want to follow the flow of price. You're not trying to catch every pip in the market. You see what I'm saying? We see examples of this happening all the time. All right, but give me 1 second. I gotta get my other stuff together. But like I said, you got any questions? Drop in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop in the chat. I need to grab my water and get this other stuff going. So give me 1 second. Look at that thing going though. At least to know my projection was correct. Because again, look here. I bet you yesterday people was looking for sales here like we were because price shot up. People probably try to go for buys at this next price level. And guess what happened? They would have got what people call liquidated or faked out. Price is always going to follow these rules, right? You don't want to start looking for buys until what price shows you that we're no longer in the bearish cycle or we're going into the bullish cycle. Same thing with sales. You don't want to start looking for sales until price shows you we're in a bearish cycle, no longer in the bullish cycle. But the one in the chat that makes sense, put 2 if I lost y'all. The one in the chat that makes sense, put 2 if I lost y'all. Oh, there goes my phone. If this was 5 years ago, my thing would be shattered right now. We're going to wait and see how it reacts to that low right there. What's the gold pair? Oh, this one? I'm talking about actually gold? Let me know what charts. I flipped through a few charts. But this is gold right here. Better get this live going. Oh, y'all joined in quick. What's going on? What's going on? We're about to get the phone together right now. Make sure to read the pinned comment when y'all hop in here. We're live on YouTube right now, but if you want to stay on here, I'm looking at both screens. We're going to be going over all this in a little bit. If you got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. All charts have the name on the screen, but like I said, if you want to see the full screen and see the stuff better, you join the YouTube live. Ones. Okay. Yeah, I see you had to pull back. Okay, yeah. Yes, so looking at gold, if you watch yesterday's live stream, or we go back to Tuesday, well, really, if we go back to Tuesday, we go to the Sunday chart analysis I dropped earlier this week. If you scroll up and watch that, wait, we're in the wrong month. Let's actually go to this month. All right, there we go. If you scroll to the Sunday chart analysis I dropped the beginning of this week, I went over gold saying we can look for sells if price breaks below 1974 and treats as resistance. And we see right here, this is 1974. Price broke that level, treated as resistance, and then dropped. In that video, I literally said we see price go to 1960. Price went to 1960, right? So now after the price hit this level, yesterday, well, no, not yesterday, Wednesday, I said if we could see price hold 1960 as resistance, we could look for sells. And during the Wednesday live stream, we literally waited for price to do that. But as we see during London session, price was chilling here, hit that level, rejected. It didn't break this level until New York session. And those I was on the TikTok live that Wednesday, we entered that during the TikTok live stream. Right? And then yesterday's live stream, we was looking to see if price could break this level, hold it as resistance, and go for another sell setup. So this price rejected that level, I say we could still look for sells here. So what would have happened if you would have went for buys here just because price rejected that level? You would have got stopped out and you'd be missing the possible lower low that we see on the daily time frame about to possibly get made. Again, everything showing as sells, only go for sells until the cycle's broken. Don't try to beat price to the chase. Just continue to follow these rules and the flow of price. Yeah, but I didn't hit this entry right here because I usually don't look at gold during Tokyo session. And it did this move around like 8 o'clock last night. So for me personally, I'm waiting for you to retrace back up or to break this level where we can look for another sell setup. And I'm still looking for sells on oil as well. Got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. But we're just chilling, waiting for our confirmations right now. Yeah, that's all right. Cool. What's going on, user? What's going on? Big Jeff, I see y'all in here. Hey, y'all gonna be on the TikTok live. Do me a favor. Every now and then, spam tap that screen because it's a little bit different from YouTube. It's a little bit different than YouTube. Let's get the 2K likes, y'all. You got any questions? Drop in the chat. I'm looking at any charts. Drop in the chat. Make sure to read the pinned comment. We went 32-5 last month, 8-1 last week, 3-1 this week. We're live on YouTube right now, so if you can't see the screen that good, you can see the full screen. Hit that link in the bio. YouTube's in the bio. Free signals in the bio. All that good stuff's in the bio. What's going on, Shy Town? What's going on, AG? Clint, what's going on? Rod, I see you in here. What's going on, user? Appreciate you spamming that screen, Paul. I see you in here. Appreciate the follow, Tango. Yeah, make sure to follow me on TikTok as well, because we're going to be going live later on today as well, just like yesterday. As far as what I'm doing right now, I'm personally waiting for gold and oil and the indices. I'm still going to be looking for buy setups on the indices. Still looking for sell setups on gold and oil. But I'm not just going to jump into a buy. I'm waiting for price to hit one of my levels. Because again, like I mentioned all this week, especially yesterday and on Wednesday, we had this resistance level that price was failing to break on both NAS and SPX. For NAS, the resistance level, for SPX, since we're only the resistance level was at 43.90, 43.95. I said we can hold 43.95. We can see the uptrend continue, but we could also see a rejection because, again, a retracement was due because before yesterday, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green days, right? And again, it's not a coincidence that price is having a similar reaction last time price hit this level. Same exact level. You see price had a similar reaction, right? So we're either going to see a similar reaction happen, a similar result, or price is going to be able to, the bond is going to pick up and price is going to be able to break that level. So that's what we're waiting for. But again, we're not looking for sells yet because we still haven't broken the bullish cycle. So we're still looking for buys. Just like we caught those buys up last week, we caught those buys this week. We're waiting for the next buy setup. If price can break this resistance level at 43.65, it can break above 43.65, 43.68. We're looking for a buy setup on SPX. Right now, we're just chilling, patiently waiting because again, we see a lot of the currency pairs dead volume right now, so it's not like we can really do much anyways. If you got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at charts, drop in the chat. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. I got alerts on all these charts, so I'm not going to miss anything. Just waiting for my levels to get hit, my confirmations to be met. All the screens have the names of the charts on them. It's on TikTok. But like I said, if you can't see the screen that good or you want to see a little bit better, we are live on YouTube. I'm looking at both chats. So if you got any questions, drop them in the chat. But right now, we're just chilling. Just joined your advanced crew. All right, Brian. If you just joined, make sure to explore the channel. We just went live yesterday. So make sure to watch yesterday's live. We got some good questions asked in that live. We went over a few things as well. But yeah, especially since it's a weekend now, that's not just for you, that's for everybody. Make sure, well, for the members, of course, obviously, make sure to explore the channel. Make sure to explore the pinned messages. Make sure to watch the live from yesterday. Make sure to join the group chat as well and watch the pinned video in the group chat. And yeah, explore the channel. Explore the channel. Don't just sit there and wait for signals. Because a lot of people just sit there waiting for signals, but they're missing the other 75% of what the advanced play signal room is about. Because the signals are just like 25% of what we do back there. Like we really go over and help y'all really understand what the charts are doing, why they're doing what they're doing. Yeah, so make sure to explore the channel. Oops, let me take that off. We got a new video dropping today. Y'all voted for a trade breakdown. I'm gonna drop another trade breakdown. Going to figure out which one it's going to be though. I'm debating between the GJ setup or I don't know. I gotta see because we took a few good trades the past couple weeks, this week included. So I don't know which one we want to do a trade breakdown. Because I went over the SPX and NAS move we caught 2 weeks ago. So I guess I could go over the SPX and NAS moves we took this week and last week. It's either going to be between that one or possibly a GJ buy setup. I might do this GJ buy setup. I gotta figure that out today, though. I'm dropping the trade breakdown today. I like to try to switch it up. Sometimes I'll do one that's from the free signal room. Sometimes I'll do one for an advanced play. But either way, which one I do, I always break them down, during the live streams. But also, there's still a lot to learn from them. So I might do that. I honestly might do. I could do both. I might switch it up. I might fuse 2 trade breakdowns in one, or I might just do one for the public YouTube and then one for the members on YouTube. But I kind of want to break down both GJ and the NAS setup we took this week. So I'm probably going to do both because that's what I want to do. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. But if you haven't watched my video I dropped the other day, I dropped it in the YouTube chat. If you're on TikTok, you just have to hit the bio or join the live so you can see the link. But I just dropped a video 2 days ago on how to never blow your account again, which, believe it or not, is very, very, very possible. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. Gold's doing his thing, but we're not in that. I'm not chasing that trade. So we're just waiting for the next entry point. And then we see it with a lot of these other charts. We just got choppiness. It's probably going to be doing that for a little bit for the next couple hours. I wouldn't be surprised. We love seeing this. That's why I do it, Sandro or Sandro. Hopefully one of those two is correct. What did I tell my boss when he sees me watching this now? Yeah, you're just learning, bro. You're learning how to invest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your job is, but you know what I'm saying? Just tell me what you're looking at. Should put him on too, or put her on too. But hey, look, I don't know if you know about this investing shit. But the way we breaking this down, like, he makes this shit look simple. You know, that's what I used to do when I was. That's what I used to do when I was working. Like, I'm telling you, everybody knew. Like, I know some people don't like to tell people you're looking at trading and shit, but I'm talking about everybody knew everywhere I went that this is what I was learning. Like, this was before I went full time, obviously. But even at work, I used to have a tab open on my computer at work, one of my jobs, and in between calls, because I used to work on, I used to do health insurance. So like in between calls, I'd have the charts open because we used to have 2 monitors. So in between calls, I had the charts open. Manager will walk by, go like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just looking at the charts while I'm waiting for a call." And then I'll be breaking the shit down to them. So you know what I'm saying? You got to lie about it, but like I said, I don't know what your job is, but I used to do the same shit when I was working. We got 10 people on TikTok. Y'all can do me a favor, spam tap that screen for 5 seconds. Let's get to 2K likes, y'all. If you got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. Yeah, exactly, Sandra. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm not even joking. Like, anyone that knows me in real life, literally everywhere. Before I went, even now, I still be posting, obviously, but not just on my, my TikTok, but like my personal pages and shit. Like, people know this is what I do. Like, it's nice and it's kind of satisfying because they saw the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, they saw me before I went full time, trying to figure this shit out, and now they see like, oh shit, like he's really doing this. So now every now and then I get people that hit me up, like, "Oh, you still doing that trading shit?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, okay, well, they start asking me questions and shit. You told them I'm trying to get out of here. That's funny. Don't say it like that. That smile might disappear from their face. Mr. Playbook, is it possible to turn 100 into 1K in a week? It's not impossible, but is that a realistic goal? No, it's not impossible, but it's not a realistic goal. One thing I tell my members is to think percentages, not numbers. Thinking percentages, not numbers. And I got a few videos on my YouTube channel that kind of help you, like, with your perspective. Let me try to pull one up real quick. All right, so let me pull the calculator up so you can kind of see what you're trying to actually achieve, right? Because again, trading consists of 3 parts, 3 steps you got to learn: the charts, your trading plan, which we're kind of going over right now, and the third part, which we're about to go over as well, is simple math. So that means you would have, if you have $100 account right now, you're trying to make 1K in a week, that means you would literally have to make $900 this week. So what would you have to risk to even make $900 this week? Right? Because again, when you take a trade, you want to look for 1 to 2, 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. So for you to try to rush and make that in a week, you will kind of be risking, if you lose that trade, losing a big chunk of your balance. which is not what you want to do, right? If we go into the free signal room, well, whoops, this is advanced play signal room. Let me get out of there. If you go into the free signal room, scroll up. Before I post the first signal of the day, I always say, scroll. Right, before I post the first signal of the day, let me zoom in so y'all can see that on TikTok. I always say you want to risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade, right? Because again, we're investing. We're not trying to. I know you'll see a bunch of videos of people flipping and shit, but what they don't tell you, some of them actually tell you, like, hey, even though I'm making this video for views, this is not something smart to do. But a lot of people try to act like, that's just a shit to do. The goal isn't try to flip your account. Now, depending on the setups you take and the risk reward, you can flip your account, because I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't flipped small accounts before, but I've never turned 100 to a week. I'm 100 into 1,000 a week, but I also never tried to do that, because again, everything I tell y'all to do, I personally do. Now, have I tripled a $100 account in a couple days before? Yes, I've turned 100 to 300 in a couple days, but I haven't flipped into a week. Now, if I continue to do that, I could have been on track, but I really only play around with like the $100, $200 accounts, just to kind of show all the members and students like what's kind of possible. But let me see if Telegram is actually going to work, because Telegram be bugging out sometimes. The Telegram is still bugging. But I can do it like this, right? So we're in the advanced play signal room. And I see y'all's comments. I'm paying attention to your comments. We're going one at a time. All right, there's more than one person in here. Making sure I'm not ignoring anyone. So this is what I did earlier this year. I can't click the photos because Telegram is bugging out. It was working earlier this week, but it's like every other week on my computer doesn't want to blow up my pictures. I don't know why it does that, right? But if we zoom in here, you can see the balance was a $100 account. You see on this screenshot, I doubled it in one day. And then in the second screenshot, it's the same balance, 94 bucks. And I'm up 200. So I tripled accounts in literally 2 days before. So if I continue to work on this account, you could essentially do it. But at the same time, that's not just taking one position. I was scaling multiple positions. You know what I'm saying? And these were huge moves we caught that week. So it's definitely possible, but you shouldn't be trying to do that, right? A more realistic goal is, like, I have a video on how to double your account in 2 weeks. That's a little bit more possible. You know what I'm saying? So again, you want to think percentages, not whole numbers. So you have a $100 account. In order to try to make 900 in a week, you literally have to almost not 10x your account. You get what I'm saying? Let me put a calculator up. Right? Because if you were risking 1 to 5% of your account, 5% of $100 is $5. So again, a lot of traders, y'all think about the reward, but y'all don't think about the consequences of what you're risking as well, right? So yeah, if you take a trade, like for example, let's say you're taking a trade and you're like, oh, I can make, $300 if this trade goes my way. Okay, but how much can you lose if the trade doesn't go your way, right? So that's why a lot of people end up revenge trading, closing early when they're in drawdown, about to shit themselves when they're in drawdown, because they end up over leveraging, only focused on if the trade goes their way, but they're not also thinking about, both the negative and positive consequence. You got to think about both the negative and positive consequence. Yeah, I have a video on YouTube. I'm going to drop it into YouTube Live. If you're on TikTok, you can either go to YouTube Live or just explore the channel. YouTube's in the bio, but I literally have a video going over how to double your account in 2 weeks to a month without over leveraging. Let me find that video really quick. But yeah, the short version, the short answer is it is possible. That's not a realistic goal, if I'm being honest with you. Because again, you literally have to map out how you're going to do that. And trying to do that, you would end up over leveraging all your trades. And then all it takes is, a couple losses to hurt your account. Right? So if you only have $100, either you got to face reality, which I tell my members and students to do all the time, or you just got to wait till you can invest more into that account so you have a bigger initial account balance so you can achieve 1,000 a week. Because 1,000 a week is definitely possible, but trying to turn 100 to 1,000 a week, that's a lot riskier than what you want to do. Because again, you don't want to take risky positions. There's always going to be a risk with anything in life, especially with taking trades. But we want to minimize our risk while maximizing our reward. So let me find that video really quick. There it is. All right, so those on YouTube, I'm about to drop it in the chat right now. But literally, those on TikTok, the video is literally titled "How to Double Your Trading Account in 2 Weeks." It's literally titled "How to Double Your Trading Account in 2 weeks." If you got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop in the chat. Again, I'm going one by one. I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just going down the list. Somebody going in order. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. I'm also looking at the TikTok chat, but I'm not ignoring anybody. Reload the app. And Alex, all the charts, if you're on YouTube, all the charts on the top left corner. But I'm putting all the chart names on the screen as well for those watching on TikTok. But this one's GBPJPY right here. This is GBPJPY right here. Let's skip this song. I gotta skip another song. I keep saying it, and I am eventually going to find a better playlist. I keep saying I'm going to eventually find a better playlist. So your SPX doing this thing. It barely missed my level, just like NAS barely missed my level, but it's still going as projected. Let's take a deeper look and see what price is up to right now. We're just gonna have to wait for price to hit our levels. Goals retracing as well. So I'm gonna put alerts here, and I'm also gonna put another alert right. Damn, I got too many alerts. So let me take some of my alerts off. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at charts. Drop in the chat. I'm gonna catch up to the chat in a second. But again, these are live markers. I'm also looking for setups. Right, the markers aren't gonna wait for me. I appreciate everybody understanding. All right, cool. What's going on, Justin? Appreciate all the follow. I see y'all hitting the follow button. Make sure to follow me on TikTok because we're going to be going live later on today as well. We go live these 3 times a week during the New York session on TikTok. We're live every day on YouTube, London session 3 on EST. Bounce Lab, appreciate the follow. Jaded, appreciate the follow. This is gold. All the charts have the names on them. All the charts have the names on them. Like I said, if you can't really see them, you can't ask, I'll answer, but I'm flipping through a bunch of charts. So all the charts have names on them. But like I said, if you want to see like the full screen where you can see like the full chart and everything, we are live on YouTube. I am looking at both YouTube and TikTok right now, but all the charts have the names on them. Broker I use is in my bio. So hit the link in the bio and then scroll towards the bottom. And my broker is in there. Appreciate the follow, Ja. Al, don't just say shorts or don't say longs. Like, ask a full question with the actual chart as well. Because I'm looking at multiple charts. I don't just trade one chart, one pair. So if you're asking about, am I looking for buys or shorts, say the full statement. And if you're asking if I'm profitable, or did you read the pinned message? The pinned message will let you know that, but I can show you as well. All right, those on TikTok, make sure to read the pinned message. All right, 32.5 last week, 8-1. 32.5 last month, 8-1 last week, or 3-1 this week. All right. Free signals about, YouTube's about, all that good stuff's in the bio. So we can go to the free signal real quick. I can show you, but let me catch up to the YouTube chat. But again, you know, that's that win streak should let you know, but I can show you as well. Goal should be to make 5 to 10% on your money per day, hopefully only with 3 to 4 trades. Yeah. So the goal is you want to risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade, right? You want to risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade. And like I said, like I went over in my most recent video, but we're going to pull the calculator back up. The reason why you want to risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade is because if you risk 5% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 20 trades in a row to blow your account. If you risk 2% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 50 trades in a row to blow your account. And then if you risk 1% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 100 trades in a row to blow your account. So when you're already following the flow of price, you're following rules to the market, you're only trading with the flow based on which one of these 3 chart cycles we're in, right? And we go over these on TikTok Live all the time during New York session. We're going to be breaking this stuff down later on today as well, right? So you want to identify these trends. If we're in an uptrend, only go for buys, downtrend, only go for sales. So when you do that, you enter off key price levels, you enter buys off support, enter sells off resistance. Then you risk only 1 to 5% of your account per trade while going for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. Not only is it damn near impossible, well, it literally is impossible unless, like I said, you lose 20 to 100 trades in a row to blow your account. But even if you take a loss, all it takes is 1 win to cancel out 1 to 2 of those. And again, I'm not going to go over too much in detail because I got a video I literally just dropped going over it. YouTube in the bio. If you're on YouTube, you know how YouTube works. Just click my profile. You'll see that video. It's literally telling how to never blow your account again, right? So again, you want to look for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups, which is very possible. We catch those all the time. There's a clean 1 to 3 right here. We go to NAS. That buy we took was 1 to 4. And let me move this before people think I held and got whipped out. I got whipped out around this price range, right? So it's a 1 to 4 risk reward on Friday. Caught this 1 to 3 risk reward. So again, it's very possible to find 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. Like this NAS sell that we broke down 2 weeks ago. This was a 1 to 8. These right here. 1 to 2, 1 to 3. So it's very possible, right? And the reason why you want to look for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups is, again, what are we doing here? We're investing. So we're going to take our risk and risk our hard-earned money into the markets. We want to make sure that, 1, we're following these rules, so we have price most likely going to go in our favor, of course. But then 2, that we're going to risk our money that's worth it, right? So we're risking, for example, $50 per trade, and the most we can make is $20. Does that sound like a good risk reward? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. If we're risking $50 and most we can make is $20, does that sound like a good risk reward? Yes or no? And you're saying short gold, yeah, that's what we did yesterday. That's what we talked about all week. That's what we're looking for as well today. But am I in one right now? No, I took one yesterday. Missed the retest here last night, so I'm not chasing the trade. I'm either waiting for price to retrace back to my resistance level, or waiting for price to break the support level and treat as resistance, like we were last live stream London session yesterday. Yeah, but I'm looking for sells on gold. I'm looking for sells on oil. Looking for buys on indices still, and I'm looking for buys on the JPY pairs still. Those are just on the stream, but I'm not entered anything yet. Hit the first link in the description. If you're on YouTube, join the free signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. And if you're on TikTok, read the pinned comment, link in the bio for the YouTube, link in the bio for the free signal room. Appreciate all the likes. Y'all can do me a favor, spam tap that screen for 5 seconds. Let's get to 4K likes on TikTok. Right, exactly. No, right? So again, to answer your question, if I'm profitable, again, if you're on YouTube, you see it. On TikTok, you see it in the pinned comment. But if you also hit the link in the bio, the first thing in the description, you can also see for yourself how we do on a daily basis. I do the recap of the day every day. So we took the first loss of the week yesterday. We're 3-1 this week. We went 8-1 last week. We went 1-0. What's today? Today's Friday. So we went 1-0 on Wednesday. Caught this huge gold sell. Again, the sell right here. We caught this sell. We caught 1,100 pips in that setup right there. And then on Tuesday, we took that NAS100 buy, caught 19,600 pips, which was this buy right here. And again, all these setups we took, I broke them down and also was looking for them during the live. Go to any of the streams this week, you'll see me talking about and looking for those setups that we took on a day each day. So this was one of the FOREX drawer setup on NAS. And then on Monday, and then also you can see the screenshots of positions, student results, testimonials, all that good stuff. So like, and then if you follow me on Instagram, I literally post on my story. I would do it on TikTok too, but TikTok don't like that shit. I'm tired of getting banned on TikTok. Right, that's what took me so long to even get to where I'm at right now, because I kept on trying to post shit, but TikTok was like, we don't like that shit. But anyways, on the Monday we went 1-0, we got 55 pips. Now as far as how we did last week, also every Sunday in the free signal I drop the Sunday chart analysis. So you watch the Sunday chart analysis, not only will you see that a lot of stuff we went over when that's projected from all the way to the beginning of the week, but literally the gold setup, the GJ setup, the NAS setups, SPX, I broke down all that stuff on Sunday, all the stuff when that's projected the entire week. But that's how we did last week. Last week we went 8-1. Last week we went 8-1. Only took one loss last week, giving us an 89% win rate. Monday we got 4,463 pips. Tuesdays when we took that loss. Wednesday was a break-even day. Thursday we caught 2,800 pips. Let me zoom in so y'all can see that a little bit better. There we go. Thursday we caught 2,800 pips, and Friday we caught 8,129. End the week with a total of 15,392 pips caught, 15,223 strictly with the members, and advanced play signal room. Hold up. I went, oh my goodness. I fucked up. That's how you know I'm tired. So for those that don't know, there was like daylight savings the other day. But the state I'm in doesn't do that. So when all the other states changed and switched, well, I know some countries don't do it as well, but the state I'm in doesn't do it while like most of the countries do. So I literally thought I overslept. But I'm looking at the time on the bottom right corner, and it's 2:56. I thought it was like the middle of London session right now, so I'm tripping. But it's all good. So we got here a little bit early. That's all good. But I looked at the time. I was like, wait, why does it say 2:56? It's not even London session yet. So yeah, I'm kind of fucked up right now. But it's all good. But anyways, that's how we did last week. Every trade posted has the date, time the trade was entered, my personal entry, SL, TPs, how many people viewed or entered the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit. I do the recap of the day at the end of every day. I do the recap of the week at the end of every week. I do the recap of the month at the end of the beginning of every month. You go to November 1st, you're going to see how we did last month. But first, let me skip this on. I can't believe I did that shit. Over here was scrambling out the bed and getting the live started quick because I thought I overslept. But hey, I'd rather be early than late, so I ain't tripping too much. So last month we went 32-5, giving us an 86% win rate. We caught 157,608 pips, 125,674 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. And again, you can see all this for yourself. If you're on YouTube, it's the first link in the description. If you're on TikTok, link in the bio. YouTube's in the bio. Free signals in the bio. Everything's in the bio. And then when you scroll to October 8th, you'll see how we did on a longer term basis. All right, so we scroll to October 8th. Once we get there, here we are. You can see how we did last quarter. So last quarter, July, we went 34 wins, 3 losses. August, we went 45 wins, 7 losses. September, we went 27 wins, 4 losses. Caught 105,389 pips. August, we caught 219,708. And then September, we caught 16,634. Ending the quarter with a total of 341,731 pips caught. 323,385 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. Brings 106 wins, 14 losses for the quarter, ending the quarter with an 88% win rate. So that's how we've been doing last quarter, last month, last week, all that good stuff. What time did I send that link out? Oh, we started an hour early. I guess we're just having a long stream today. It's all good. It's all good. It's Friday. All right. Cool. All right. So yeah. So right now we're just watching oil, looking for a possible sell setup on oil. Watching gold, looking for a sell setup on gold, and then we're watching the JPY pairs. For possible buy setups, but they're kind of rejecting that level right now, so we're just letting them do their thing. And then we're looking for buys on the indices right now. You got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But yeah, we're just patiently waiting right now. We're just patiently waiting and chilling. We're just patiently waiting. Shit, let me grab my charger. I need to grab my charger. So I'm gonna cut it to the chat, and then I'm gonna grab my charger. Because it would have lasted me if it was if I started on time. But I started an hour early, so my things would have died on me. How do we join the room? The free signal room is in the bio. Just hit the link in the bio. Free signal room is in the bio. It's 1:56. Yeah, I started it early because like I have like I have like an internal alarm clock. So like my body woke me up, and since my alarm didn't go off, I instinctively thought I either slept through it. That's why my alarm went off during the live. Because those on YouTube, you heard it. If you're on TikTok, you didn't hear it, but you heard my alarm go off. That's what my alarm was for. I thought my alarm just didn't go off. I was like, oh shit, let me start the live real quick. We ended up going live a whole hour early, but it's all good. It's all good. How long should you practice on demo? That's a good question, Boss Lad. You should be on a demo account. First, you shouldn't even try to trade in general until you understand the three steps, right? There's 3 steps, and this is the order you need to learn trading. The first thing you got to do is learn the charts. You got to understand why price is doing what it's doing, how to read price in real time, and to kind of predict what it's going to do in the future. Because again, a lot of y'all might know, from an indicator or a pattern or a candlestick when to enter a trade, but then you don't know what's going on while you're in the trade. You don't know what's a retracement or a reversal. You don't know what's going on. That's why, trading psychology and emotional trading is a thing. Because think about it. If you're putting your money into the markets and you don't know what you're doing, of course you're going to be stressing in a trade. That's just natural. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing you got to do before you even start playing around on the broker, let alone the demo, especially not a live account, you got to the charts. You got to understand the rules of price, the 3 chart cycles, which we're going to be going over later on today during New York session, right? But these are the 3 chart cycles price is always in. So that's the first thing you got to understand. We're going to go over it in a second, but I got to grab my computer charger before the shit die on me. Because those that have been watching me for a while, a couple times that thing died on me before. So let me grab my charger really quick. But I'm going to finish answering that question when I get back. You got questions, drop them in the chat. I'm about to grab my charger so this thing don't die on us. We Gucci. Let me plug that up. All right, we back in business. Oh, yeah, hopefully I didn't bust my water bottle. Shit. Doing too many things at once. All right, so the first thing you got to understand is how to read the charts. Once you understand how to read the charts, then you got to have a trading plan, right? You got to have a trading plan. Because again, if we're investing, we can't just go in the markets willy-nilly. We gotta know what we're doing. We gotta come in here with a purpose, right? So you gotta have a daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal. You gotta know how much you're risking per trade. You gotta know how many trades you're taking per day. You gotta know what type of risk reward setups you're looking for. You gotta know what charts you're going to be looking at. You gotta know what type of setups you're looking for. And then comes the third part, which is simple math. You gotta understand how to count pips. You gotta know what risk reward is, and you gotta know how to calculate your lot size. And I got videos breaking down all that stuff. Videos breaking down how to read the charts. I literally got a video breaking down how to identify the trend and trend reversals. I got videos breaking down support resistance. I got videos breaking down certain candlesticks. I got videos breaking down risk reward. I got multiple trading plan videos as well as trading tip videos. Those on YouTube, all you gotta do is hit that blue profile and scroll, and you'll see just that. If you're on TikTok, YouTube's in the bio. I got a bunch of videos breaking down all that stuff. And literally last Friday, I dropped a video literally going over how to count pips, right? So I know some people trade stocks and options, so you still need to do all that with stocks and options. Well, not pips really, but you still need to understand how to read the charts. You still need to have a trading plan and all that good stuff, right? And the way to read the charts, anything with candlesticks is how you read these charts, right? all charts move the same exact way, and we show that all the time during the lives, both on London session and the New York session lives. All charts move the exact same. They all follow these scripts and rules to the markets, right? And I can prove that as well. So, if you got any charts we need to look at, drop them in the chat, and we can literally show you how they all follow the same rules. So, to answer your question, how long should you be on the demo? You should be on the demo account practicing after you get all those 3 things down, right? So after you have a full understanding of those 3 things, or at least a basic understanding, that's when you want to start practicing taking trades on your demo account. And you shouldn't switch to a live account until you've been at least consistently profitable for a month. So again, not having one good day, not having a good week, but closing all 4 weeks combined, right? Having all 4 weeks combined and totaled up, ending it profitable, right? Because it's a long-term thing. You don't want to just see how you did one day. You want to make sure you're not getting lucky. You want to make sure the system you're using and the game plan you're using is something consistent. You see what I'm saying? You want something consistent. So yeah, I always tell people at least 1 month. Now I went a little bit above and beyond. I was practicing my thing for like 3 months to 4 months. But you don't have to be that extreme if you don't want to. At least 1 month is good. Because again, if you take all those steps to learn how to read the charts, you have a trading plan, you know how to count pips, and then you go on a demo account, it's going to be a lot smoother process than what I had to do, for example, or other people, right? Because a lot of people go straight to trading, loading up a live account, but like we just went over, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what's going on. So what do you think is going to happen to your money if you just open up a live account day 1, week 1, month 1 into trading? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, at least a month. You close the month blue or green, then you can go on a live account. What's going on, Cash? Those joining the TikTok live, make sure to read the pinned comment. All right, we went 32-5 last week. Last month, 8-1 last week. We're 3-1 this week. YouTube's in the bio, for streaming's in the bio, all that good stuff's in the bio. I'm looking at both chats. If you want to see the full screen or you can't really see the charts that good, you can join the YouTube live. Yeah, as far as what we're doing right now, we're just waiting for a possible EJ setup, waiting for gold, waiting for oil, and then watching the indices for possible buy setups. That's personally what I'm looking for today. And we do have one news event at 10 o'clock, but that's pretty much it. Then we had a GBP news event about an hour ago. The London session did just start, so we should see some volume start to pick up, which we kind of see right here. We see here how price was all dead, but now that London session started, we're kind of seeing some movement, but we want to see, of course, price break this resistance level before we go for anything, at least on EJ's part. All right, still looking for buys on JPY pairs. Price on EJ, those that have been watching me for at least a couple months, we haven't traded EJ in a while because EJ was stuck in this consolidation for literally, it started in August, didn't break out of it until October. So it was in there for a couple months. But since it broke that level, we can now see clear higher highs getting made. We saw that higher low, higher high. And then the price was waiting to see if it could break that level. But just like GJ yesterday, it rejected that level, was doing a retracement. So we had the higher low, but we also see today's candlestick. It looks like it might try to break that level. So we're either going to look for a buy on EJ if price can break and hold above 161.70, 161.80, or we can look for another buy if price retraces down to 161, 161.10. But we're still looking for buys on this. But again, things are slowing down slightly, but even with the slow days and slow weeks, we're still able to catch nice moves. Just got to be a little bit patient. The quarter 4 is the slowest quarter of the year, and we are the slowest 2 months of the year. Again, even with slow weeks, slow months, we still caught huge moves just by patiently waiting. All right, we patiently waited for hours for this setup. Wait, no, that's oil, but we still waited hours for this setup. Played out once volume came in. Same thing with gold. Waited a little while for this setup, but patiently waiting. We caught the full move. Same thing with SPX. Price struggled forever to break this support resistance level. Kept treating as resistance. Did I go for sales? No. Why? Because we was bullish. Just like I caught all these buys last Friday, last Thursday. This week, we're still bullish. Did I go for sales just because price drops? No. I waited for what? The actual move and caught the move up. And we could all agree the move up was way bigger than the small retracements now. Same thing with NAS100. And then you go to the Tuesday live, you'll literally see us the entire live stream waiting for NAS to hold us up by support. But we didn't take that setup until like 7 o'clock. But we was live during London session waiting for price to do the move that it finally did, right? So what would have happened if I got impatient or because price rejected that level and I went for a sell? I would have got stopped out. And again, the move up is way bigger than the move down. So you just gotta have patience. Well, the patience really comes into play. Well, the patience becomes a lot easier to have again, like we understand what price is doing. You understand the market behaviors, which comes with just having putting time on the charts, right? Because you can watch these lives all day, but you gotta still go on a chart of your own and practice this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta practice this stuff on your own. But yeah, volume is just slow right now, so nothing we can really do about that. But London session did just start. I thought it started an hour ago, but it just started right now. So we're just chilling right now. We want to see the price can break this resistance though. We see how we're in a 4-hour time frame. It tried for hours to break that level, but just couldn't do it. So rejected. So now we're going to see if it's going to reattempt to try to break it or it's going to retrace back down to here. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking in the charts, drop them in the chat. Right now, we're just chilling right now. We're just chilling. I'm not in any trades currently. Do I record the YouTube lives? Yes, all the lives are recorded. So this one, yesterday's, next week's, every single live is recorded. So if you go to my profile, since you're on YouTube, you go to the lives, you'll see every single live since I started going live. I've been doing these live streams for about a year now. So you'll see all the lives every single day we go live. Appreciate all the likes on TikTok. We got 10 people on TikTok. Do me a favor, spam tap that screen for 5 seconds. You spam tap that screen for 5 seconds. We can get to 5K likes easily. If you got any questions, drop in the chat. What website are you using? Yeah, this is TradingView. Yeah, this is TradingView. I do all my chart analysis and markups on TradingView. But as far as where I take my entries, I use MT4 and MT5 to take my entries. But I do all my chart analysis and markups on TradingView. Let me charge my phone up before this guy too. I see you, Keita. I see you, who knows. I see you hitting the likes. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is why I like to do the lives too, because again, like if we look at 2 weeks ago, like we scroll up, we can actually we're gonna do this instead. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're gonna break this down week by week. We're gonna break this down week by week. So we're gonna break down October. So give me 1 second. So I'm trying to do this efficiently because again, I can swipe on my phone, but it's a little bit more tedious to do it on the computer. So I'm trying to get this right. So give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the recap. I'm trying to find the first recap of the October. So I'm trying to find. Give me 1 second. Where is the recap? Okay, that's how we did September. So we go through October. Like I said, the first week and the last week of the month are usually the toughest weeks to trade. So we look at October. We go through the first week of October. I'm trying to find out how we did that week. I think I kind of scrolling too fast to confuse myself. Give me 1 second. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. All right, so the first week of October, we went 4-2. So we went to 7 trades, right? but we still ended up way more than we lost, both risk reward wise and win wise. And we're gonna break that stuff down. Then we go to the second week of October, which was this week right here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Again, I'm not going over it every day because y'all can do that. I'm just going over the weeks right now. So then that week we went 9-1. So that first week was a little slow. What happened the next week? The next week, not only did we take more trades, but we also caught way more pips. Why? Because volume started to pick up. And then we look at the week after that, it was a nice week too. We caught those huge moves on SPX, currency pairs. That was a crazy week. And then that week we went. What did we do? What did we do this week? Let me see. I can't really see that on TikTok. Let me zoom in. I'm still getting used to zooming in and out on TikTok. And then the next week, what we do? We went 11-0, right? And then the week after that, scroll, scroll, scroll. That's how we did last month. And the week after that, we went 8-1, right? And we look at this week, the first week of the month, we've only taken like 4 trades. So again, the first week, well, it's the second week now, but it's November. So November, December, things kind of slow down. But again, you can see how every week, even though we lose some trades, we still win way more than we lose, right? But then when we take a deeper look at some of those wins, which we're going to do it last week. So let's look at last week. Monday, we took this GA sell. We took that GJ sell, and we took that NAS sell. Right? We took zero losses that day. Got 4,463 pips. So we're 3-0. We just went 3-0. We caught 4,463 pips. Then the next day we took a loss. Did that loss cancel out those 3 wins? No. That loss shouldn't even cancel out one of those wins. And let me explain what I mean. Because again, this is the simple math part. GJ is a good example. So we're going to pull up GJ and we're going to show you exactly what I mean. So this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You want to risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade, and you want to go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. So look at this GJ trade here. Stop loss got hit, obviously, right? So let's pull out the calculator. What would have happened if I didn't risk the same amount? And what would have happened if, what did happen, because I did, right? So let's say this trade, I didn't risk, let's just say for example, 5% is $50, right? So I'm down $50. So we're going to say, let's say I have a $1,500 account and I'm risking $50 per trade, right? Let's say I have a $1,500 account. Well, actually, let's see what 5% is, so we can keep this simple. $75. So I'm risking $75 per trade. So with this loss, I'll be down $75. So I have a $1,500 account. I'm risking 5% per trade. And again, I go over this in my most recent video on YouTube. So did that loss blow my account? No. Did that loss take away half of my account? No. I literally only lost 5%. So what I want y'all to do, both on YouTube and TikTok, is go into y'all's trade history and look at the red and blue numbers, red and green numbers, depending on your broker. If you see way more red than blue, that's an issue. But what I want you to look at is your losses canceling out your wins. If your losses are canceling out 1 win, let alone 2 wins, that is a huge issue. And that's because you're most likely over leveraging on 1 pair or both pairs or both trades, or you're over leveraging on 1, under leveraging on the other, right? If you're going for 1 to 2, 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups, and you're risking the same amount every single trade, a loss should not cancel out a win, let alone 2 or more wins. So if you see that happening in your trades, that is because you're most likely having bad risk reward setups. And then on top of that, you could also be doing both of these things, over leveraging and under leveraging, right? Now, let me explain what I mean. So bam, we're down $75, right? We took the same trade later on, 2 days later, made 4 times our risk. So we pull a calculator out. Right, I'm at 1425. We're risking 75 bucks per trade. So what's 75 times 4? That's 300. So let's do this back. Let's run this back. Took that loss. We made 300. You see how I'm up? Versus if I didn't risk the same amount, it'd be off, right? So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to risk a lot. Your risk to reward should propel yourself, right? Because again, let's do another example. Let's say I have a $3,000 account. I'm risking 5% of my account per trade, 150. So let's say I took 2 losses. Let's say I took 2 losses. I'm down 2,700. So what do most people do when they're down? Lost a couple trades. Their next trade, what they do? Oh, I'm gonna risk more to try to make it back up. You don't need to risk more to make it back up because the risk to reward is going to make it back up. Again, you don't need to risk more to cancel out a loss. The risk to reward is going to cancel out that loss. So what would have happened? Well, let's see what happens. Well, we see this, right? So I made 4 times my risk. So let's say I took 2 losses. That one trade, because again, we're at 2,700. What's 150 times, well, not times 4 times, well, times 4, yeah, 600. So again, let's do this again. Lost 2 trades. But that one win could still cancel out that loss. I'm still up. Now let's do the same example, but let's say it was a 1 to 2 risk reward, because I said again, you want to look for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. So I'm down 2 trades. All I need is to make 1 trade that makes 2 times my risk. All I need is 1 trade to make 2 times my risk. And even though I lost 2 trades, only won 1 trade, you see how I'm still break even for the week. I didn't over leverage. I didn't risk more. I risked the same percent every single trade. But again, if your risk is the same, but your reward is greater than your risk, and you risk the same amount every single trade, even if you lose more trades than you win, with proper risk reward setups, you can still be ending up profitable for the week and at the end of the month. You get what I'm saying? And I go over that in more detail in my most recent video. So make sure to check that out. YouTube in the bio. If you're on YouTube, obviously you know what to do from there. But put a 1 in the chat that makes sense. Put a 2 if I lost y'all. So we got some. Let me pull up EJ because it looks like EJ got to try to do something. Then let me zoom back out on TikTok before I forget. So again, you see how London session started? As soon as London session started, we started to see some volume where price was dead all the way to then. Now that doesn't mean every Tokyo session is dead, but honestly, the past couple of weeks, Tokyo session has been a little bit slow. But not every Tokyo session is slow markets. We'll put a 1 in the chat where we just went over makes sense, but 2 of our lost y'all. Again, it's just simple math. You risk the same amount every single trade, but you go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. Again, minimizing your risk and taking full advantage of the trades you take by going for good risk reward setups. If you don't understand how risk reward works, I got a video breaking that down as well. So if you don't understand how risk reward works, I got a video breaking that down as well. One, what's going on, Terrence? I see you in here. Let's skip this song too. I don't like this song. There we go. Ones. Appreciate the follow. All right, cool. Again, the first part you got to understand is how to read the charts. Once you understand how to read the charts, then you got to have a trading plan. Once you have your trading plan down, you just got to understand how to calculate your lot size, how to count pips, and risk reward. Once you take the time to learn all three of those things before you start taking trades, the trades you take after that will become a lot less stressful. You'll have a better understanding, and you'll avoid making a lot of mistakes that you make while you're learning. Because again, when you're learning, you're going to make mistakes. So why go straight into a live account and make all those mistakes versus, you know what I'm saying, get a full understanding and then attack the markets knowing what you know versus trying to learn as you go. Because you can learn as you go, like I did and other people do, but you're going to end up losing more money than is necessary. You get what I'm saying? I don't really categorize myself as a specific trader. I do what I do. I follow the flow of price, and then I enter off key price levels. I'm not necessarily a supply demand trader. I'm definitely not SMC. I'm literally just me. Like I don't put myself in a category because again, a lot of those things are pieces to the puzzle versus what I teach is the full puzzle. Like they give you a piece to the puzzle and they're like, okay, figure out where this goes. Right? But instead, I'm giving you the entire puzzle board with all the pieces together. I'm showing you this is how it comes together. Versus a lot of other strategies, they're literally pieces to the puzzle, right? A lot of strategies will tell you about a pattern to look for, or specific candlestick to go off of, or simply like, you know, SNC, they talk about order blocks and stuff like that. That's just a piece to the puzzle. They're telling you things to look for to enter, but they're not explaining why you're entering there. They're not explaining what's going on while you're in the trade, none of that stuff. I'm giving y'all the entire piece to the puzzle. That's why it's called a playbook. I'm literally giving y'all the entire playbook. So I don't categorize myself in any of those things. Not any of those things. Now I use support resistance, but I'm not strictly a support resistance trader. Again, what I teach you so is how to understand what you're doing, right? Because again, I can tell you a pattern to look for, but then you're going to come back with more questions, with more questions, wanting more answers, right? Now you know where to enter a trade. Now you don't understand what's going on in the trade, right? So I teach you to understand why you're taking the trade, what's going on while you're in the trade, what's going on the charts in general, how the charts work, and on top of that, you know, how to take full advantage of the positions you take with you know, minimizing the risk at the same time, right? So if you guys don't know, again, I go over all this stuff a lot in the New York session live TikTok. If you don't know, there's little rules and script the market has to follow. So you look at the title on TikTok, you're on TikTok, like the title says, exposing the secrets to the charts. There's literal rules and script price has to follow. So the first thing you got to understand is that there's no coincidences in the market. The price is never just doing random shit. Right? Everything price does is for a reason. Even what price is doing right now, there's a reason why price is doing it. So first you got to understand how price moves. Ultimately, if price goes up or down, but it doesn't just go straight up, it doesn't just go straight down, right? We see pivots, we see retracements, all that good stuff. So price moves and those pivots are lows and highs, lows and highs, lows and highs. Depending on the direction price is going, like we're in an uptrend, there's a higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. If we're in a downtrend or bearish, there's a lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So the first thing you want to do, you watch any of my trade breakdowns, including the trade breakdown dropping later today. You watch any of my trade breakdowns, I started off the same way. You want to go on the daily time frame to identify the trend. Again, we're not trading on the daily time frame. We're not staying on the daily time frame. Look at all my charts. Are we on the daily time frame? No. Are we on the daily time frame? No. Are we on the daily time frame? No. So again, we're not trading on the daily time frame. We're just strictly going on the daily time frame to figure out which one of these three cycles we're in, so we know what the game plan for that chart and pair is, right? Because we go on the smaller time frame, you're not going to see the actual true trend. That's how I get caught in fake outs, liquidity sweeps, all that good stuff. Because again, you're going straight to the 1 minute, 5 minute chart. That's the last thing you want to do. The small time frames are designed to fuck you up. And the big time frames are designed to reward those that have patience, right? So if we're in an uptrend or bullish, you only want to look for buys. Doesn't matter if prices are retracing, doesn't matter. You want to only look for buys. If we're in a downtrend or bearish, you only want to look for sells. It doesn't matter if you think price can reverse, you don't control the markets. I don't control the markets. But since we don't control the markets, we got to think about and focus on what we do control. So what do we control? We control when we enter a trade, we control when we close a trade, we control how much we're risking per trade. So since those are the only things we don't control what markets do. Doesn't it make logical sense to wait for price to show us what it's trying to do, and then on top of that, go with the flow of price instead of trying to predict a reversal? Like if price is going up, until price shows me it's in a downtrend, why am I trying to predict what is going on when literally the words say it's in an uptrend? Same thing with a downtrend. If we're trending downwards, why am I trying to look for buy setups? Right? If price is going down, if we're in a downtrend, for example, the price is going down 60, 70, 80, 90% of the time, why would I take a higher risk for a smaller chance of it going my way, right? If it's going down 60, 70, 80, 90% of the time, that means it's going up 10, 20, 30, 40% of the time. So it literally doesn't make any sense to try to go for a buy in a downtrend. But yeah, so many people still do it, maybe because of impatience or because, again, they say, oh, it can reverse or it can do this. Yeah, it can do that, but what's the likelihood of it doing that, right? Just like I can close my eyes, throw my keys in the air, and stick my hand out, and it can land in my hand, but what's the likelihood of it doing that? You know what I'm saying? Again, trading isn't risky. You're just risky. And trading isn't, I can't say the word on TikTok because it'd be bugging, but it starts with a G and it rhymes with rambling. But trading isn't that. You're just doing that, right? Put a one in the chat that makes sense. Put a two if I lost y'all. Like I say, got any questions, drop in the chat. Looking at the charts, drop them in the chat. Not in any trades currently, just waiting on some setups, waiting for my confirmations, but I'm not in anything personally right now. I appreciate that, Terrence. I appreciate that. What's going on, my boy Richie? How you been? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been? Make sure to watch yesterday's live. I don't know if you was in there, but make sure to watch yesterday's live as well. Ones, okay. Appreciate the follows. Ones. You trade full time? Yeah, I mean I do other things as well, but as far as like do I work a 9 to 5 or work for anyone else? No, I work for myself. So yeah, I don't just trade, but I work for myself. Appreciate the follows, ones. Okay, cool. Appreciate all the likes. See y'all some real ones on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button as well. Like I said, all the stuff we're talking about, I got videos on YouTube breaking all this stuff down. So we don't just live stream. I post weekly content on YouTube as well, from trade breakdowns, trading tip videos, trading plan videos, trading psychology videos, all that good stuff. I got videos for literally almost everything. If I don't got a video for it yet, I simply just haven't made that video yet. All right, go to the YouTube. Literally, my most recent video. What does that say? How to never blow your account again. My second most recent. What are pips? How to count them? Here's a trade breakdown from NAS100 because I went over those huge NAS100 sales we caught and those SPX sales we caught like 2-3 weeks ago. So that most recent trade breakdown is me breaking down these huge NAS and SPX sales we caught that week. And then where's that? Where's my thing? Right, I got videos on trading plan that turned me into a profitable trader. Trading became easy using these 3 steps. How to fix your trading psychology in a minute. Simplest compounding strategy. Simplest trading strategy. Breaking down another risk reward. How to double your trading power in 2 weeks. Easy way to trade news. The chart secrets that may be profitable. Another trade breakdown. How to read candlestick charts. What to do on a losing streak. Another trade breakdown. How to identify the trend and trend reversals. How to get funded in 2 weeks. Simple support resistance strategy. How to become consistent and profitable. Another trade breakdown. Another trade breakdown. Another candlesticks video. More trading psychology videos. I got literally a bunch of videos breaking out everything that's relevant and important to trading. And again, the stuff we talk about, besides like pips and maybe risk to reward, everything else applies with everything. Because again, all the charts follow these rules. All the charts move exactly the same. Cryptos, options, stocks, currency pairs, metals, oil. Everything works the exact same way. Everything works the exact same way. Yeah, the price is just ranging right now, so we're gonna put it on EJ because EJ looks like the closest thing to something I like. So we'll see if we can break that level. We got a new 5 minute about to pop up. You got any questions, drop in the chat. Want to look at any charts, drop in the chat. We got 10 people on TikTok. Well, we got 11. I ain't forgetting about you. Spam tap the screen for 5 seconds. We can get the 6K likes easy. Let's get the 6K likes, y'all. I know y'all locked in. I know y'all learning. But TikTok's a little bit different from YouTube. So do me a favor, spam tap that screen every now and then. Those joining the live, we have not entered anything yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead, if you're on YouTube, hit that first link in the description. If you're on TikTok, hit that link in the bio. Join the free Signal and free Telegram. Read the pinned message on TikTok. You'll see how we did last week, last month. Last month we went 32.05. Last week we were 8.1. We're currently 3.1 this week. If you're on YouTube, you see how we did last month, last quarter. Go ahead and check that out. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. If you're on TikTok, follow me on there. Follow me on Instagram as well. Post daily on both pages. If y'all want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. I respond to all messages. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Just patiently waiting. I want to see if price can hold this level as support, where the last 2 times price rejected it, treating as resistance. I want to see if we can hold that support, we'll go for a buy setup. So that's what we're waiting on right now to see how price reacts to that level. Appreciate the follows. All good, man. Been on vacation. Good to be back. Hey, everybody needs a vacation. Everybody needs a vacation. Shit, I might take one. I mean, I be taking like half vacations. Like I'll travel, but like I'll still be like streaming and trading and shit. But I haven't taken like a full one where I haven't been like doing shit. I don't know. I haven't done one at all. But like I'll do like both at the same time. Like I'll do something. And that's just the beautiful thing about trading. Like you can literally do it anywhere. Like I'll be in the airport waiting for my flight. I'll be in charts while waiting for TSA. I'll be in the charts while I'm out and about, like away from the base, from the crib. I'll be on the charts, like doing groceries, running errands. I'm on the chart. Like you just, all you gotta do is just have signal. All you need is signal on the cell phone, and you can just do this wherever. That's the beautiful thing about trading. But yeah, we're just patiently waiting. Patience is part of the game. That's why I like to do the live streams. Because when you watch a video, whether it's one of my trade breakdowns or a video online, it make it seem like the thing just happened just like that. The trade just happened just like that. But it doesn't really happen that way. You still have to patiently wait for the setup. And sometimes the setup comes quicker than others. But as we all know, the past couple weeks been kind of slow. And since we don't control the markets, as we can all agree, we got no choice but just to patiently wait. We do got news at 10 o'clock today, if I'm not mistaken. We had GBP news about an hour ago. That's pretty much it. So yeah, there's not a lot of news this week either to kind of help push price. Because we go to, well, we'll pull up the website. Pull up the website really quick. Like we go to last week, we had a bunch of news last week. And the news is kind of what helps volume come into play to make those big moves that we caught last week and the week before that. Versus when we look at this week, we don't see any red. We see a couple red dots, but we don't see nearly as much red as we saw last week. So that's going to affect the markets as well. Because believe it or not, I know a lot of people don't like news, but I enjoy the news. The news helps us catch those big moves. It helps push price in our direction when you know what you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? But there's not a lot of news this week, and the markets are slow right now, so not too much we can do about that besides patiently wait. But again, even though markets were slow, we still got some huge moves this week. Still got some huge moves last week. So can't complain too much. Right? And you don't even need to take a lot of trades. Like you can literally just take only one trade a day. This is what we've been kind of doing this week. And we've still been growing our accounts. Right, so like if we look at this week, right? So we look at this week. Let me pull out the calculator. I'll move that over. If we look at the trades we took this week, let's scroll back to the bottom. Let's scroll back to the bottom. I see y'all liking out my peripheral on TikTok. Shout out to y'all. I don't know who's doing it, but shout out to y'all. So we look at this week. We took 2 trades on Monday, 18 pips, 37. That was like about half or 1-to-1 risk reward because those didn't do the full move. As you can see, we only hit TP3 and TP2 on one of those trades. So that was about half what we was risking, a 1-to-1. Then on Tuesday, this NAS setup, which was right here, Tuesday, this was a 1-to-4 risk reward setup. So let's just pull out the calculator. Let's say with a $1,000 account, again, risking 5% per trade, which is $50. So now we got that out the way. Let's go to that EA sell. Which was right here. On Euro AUD, this was that sell right here. Didn't do the full move. So we made about 1.5 our risk on this EA sell. We made about 1.5 our risk on that EA sell. So just to round down, we're just gonna say we made what we was risking. So again, we're risking 5% of our account per trade, which is what? $50. It was a $1,000 account. So right now we're up 50, right? So 1,000, we're up $50. Now let's go to the second setup, which was, as you can see, I can see that better on TikTok. So we go to the second setup, which was GU. Now GU, that one didn't do the full move either, because as it says, we only hit TP2 on that. So let's see about how much we would have made off that one. So let's go to GU. There's this trade up here. Didn't do the full move. We made literally what we were risking that trade. We made literally a 1-to-1. So again, what are we risking? 5%, which is $50. So we're up 10% right now. Right, we're up 10%. Again, just simply risking the same amount and going for 1-to-2, 1-to-3 minimum risk reward setups. Those 2 trades that didn't even do the full moves already made me up 10%, right? So then we go to Tuesday. Go to Tuesday. We got that NAS100 move, 19,600 pips, which was a wow. Okay, well, I'm about to restart the y'all still live on YouTube, but I got to restart the TikTok because my TikTok just crashed on me. So give me 1 second. But we're gonna finish the breakdown. I just gotta restart the hold on. Okay. That's the one that reported me again. It's all good. All right, so we're gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna catch you to the comments while people hop back into TikTok live. So you got any questions, drop in the chat, but we're gonna finish breaking down this week. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all jumping back in here. Yeah, the live just crashed, but we're keeping it pushing. We're keeping it pushing. So if y'all had questions y'all said before I answer them, just retype them in the chat. All right, cool. So then we go to NAS100. Let's pull that up. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. It had me typing on my other screen. All right, there we go. So we go to NAS100. How much did we make off that trade on Tuesday? Well, let's take a look. We go to Tuesday. This was a 1 to 4 risk reward setup. There goes my other alarm. Why do I have an alarm set? I might have to redo my alarms again because I just had an alarm go off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check my alarms. My alarms are off now from the daylight savings. My shit's desynced now. But anyway, so NAS100, we made 1 to 4 times our risk, right? It was a 1 to 4 risk reward. So again, we're risking $50. What's 50 times 4? That is $100. So now we're up 20% of our account, right? And that's just Tuesday. So only 2 days of trading, we're already up 20% of our account by simply just risking 5% of our account per trade. So then we go to Wednesday. Wednesday, we took that gold sell called 1,100 pips, which was, as we can see right here, a 1 to 2 risk reward. So let's put the calculator back out. What's 50 times 2? That is 100. And then yesterday is when we took the first loss of the week. So we lost, what, $50. So by just simply applying what I be telling y'all to do, y'all could have literally made 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% of your account in literally just 4 days of trading. And that's just this week. We literally just went over all the trades we took this week, including the loss yesterday. And even though we took 4 trades this week, y'all could have been out 20 to 25% of your account just by simply risking 5% of your account every single one of those trades. For the one in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 of our loss trade. It's literally that simple, y'all. It's literally that simple. So like when I show the screenshots of me tripling the accounts in 2 days and all this stuff, it's very possible. And that's just taking one position. Those positions and those screenshots, y'all saw I scaled multiple entries, right? And speaking of scaling, well, actually, I didn't scale any this week. I was about to talk about last week where there's SPX setups. That's a whole different ball game, right? So we look at last week. We scrolled last week. We went 8-1 last week. So we apply the same thing with last week, we'll see even crazier numbers. But first, let me catch up to the chat before we do all that. But let me know what y'all. Let me know what y'all see. Let me know if y'all see how the math's mathing. Let me know if y'all see how the math's mathing. In your opinion, what's holding your members back from all being millionaires with all the pips you caught last month, last quarter? Well, first of all, if you look at last week, unless you did like a crazy lot size, there's no way you could have made $1 million for last week's trades, right? So again, you're thinking a little too far ahead because again, everybody's got different account sizes. You go into the free signal room, all you gotta do is go to photos, and you'll see a bunch of different student results testimonials from different account sizes, different wins, all that stuff. So not everybody has the same account size. So for you to make $1 million, you're not even saying the time span. What did you say? Last month, last quarter. So for someone to make $1 million in just 1 month, you would have to risk a shit ton of money. Even in the quarter, 3 months, you don't just become a millionaire that quick. Now this money, not this money, but this, what's the word?
Now, what we're teaching long term, you can be one, but you're not going to just magically become a millionaire because you know how to read the charts. You still have to have the money to risk into the markets to make, you know, millions, let alone six figures on a monthly basis. So that's not really a good question to ask, but I can ask like what's holding people back from being profitable, and it's literally just it's them mindset. Just like with me, what's holding me back from being profitable is me, right? Because again, we see all the time. A lot of people know what mistakes they're doing, or what they're doing wrong, or what they need to stop doing. But then at the same time, what comes into play? Greed, double guessing, triple guessing yourself, and also not having a full understanding of all the stuff we went over: how to read the charts, high count pips, risk reward, or having a good trading plan. So it really just comes out of discipline, but at the same time, everybody's got different account sizes. So again, we all aren't trading the same amounts. We all have different account sizes. We're all risking different lot sizes. Risk to reward and pip wise, we could catch the same amount. But like I just said with this example, this $1,000 account was this week or last week. Did this $1,000 just turn to 10K? No, that's not how it works. It's a process. But I get what you're asking. But yeah, but the better question would be like, what's holding people back from being profitable? And again, it's just yourself, right? You let winners turn to losers. You over leverage, under leverage. You revenge trade, and just having the lack of knowledge of what's going on in the charts. But yeah. But again, just go to the photos, and you see tons of student results and testimonials throughout all these photos. These screenshots of positions I took. See a bunch of screenshots of student results, testimonials. Just scroll and explore, and there's literally I post photos every week, so you can just explore and see that for yourselves. You're saying all you would need is $100,000 funded account and appropriate risk, and boom, you're good. Yes, that's so easy, right? Just like all the stuff I'm telling you to do is easy. But what's the saying? How's the saying go? Easier said than done. You're saying all you need is to pass $100,000 account. So if you're a brand new trader, there's a lot of things you're going to have to overcome before you can just get a funded account. One, you're going to have to understand how to do that appropriate risk, like you're saying. Two, you're going to have to, again, pass two challenges that is going to take a week to 2 weeks to pass. And that's if you don't go into any drawdown. And then on top of that, then you're going to have to be profitable for an entire month before you get that first payout. It's not as simple as you're making it, right? And then from going from $100 or $1,000 base account to $100,000, that's a big jump. Those numbers are going to be moving a lot quicker. And for some people, that's going to be intimidating. So it's not just that simple. And then on top of that, you would have to have money you would be willing to purchase $100,000 account, because $100,000 account ain't $100. It ain't $200. You get what I'm saying? So it's not that simple. It's not that simple. I fucked up the math. My bad. I got thrown off, Jeff. I'm gonna redo some more examples though. But yeah, it's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like you make it seem like it's very. If it was that simple, anyone that watched any of my lives would just magically become a millionaire. But that's not how life works. I see y'all on the lives. Appreciate y'all hitting those likes. We was at like 6K likes, but the live cut out. It's all good, bro. We're gonna keep it pushing. I see y'all back in here though. What's going on, G Money? What's going on, Ray? What's going on, Dr. Crazy? What's going on, Keita? I appreciate getting those likes back up. I see you, Dennis, as well. You got any questions? Drop in the chat. Broker Dennis is in my bio. Go to the link file in my bio. Scroll towards the bottom. Broker's in the bio. YouTube's in the bio. Free signals in the bio. All the good stuff's in the bio. Got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're gonna get these charts. Drop them in the chat. If we're going on the TikTok, join the TikTok. Make sure to read the pinned comment. We are live on YouTube right now, so you want to see the charts a little bit better. Hit the link at the bottom. Join the YouTube live. We're 32.5 last month. We're 8-1 last week. We're 3-1 this week. We're signals in the bio, YouTube's in the bio, all that good stuff's in the bio. All right, cool. Let's go to the comments. All right, let's go to EJ. I see what EJ's up to. EJ's still joking about level. They're still ranging. Yeah, well, we're still patiently waiting though. Confirmation still aren't met. EJ went up a little bit, but still working that level. Still stuck underneath that level of traffic. So we're just gonna wait to see how it reacts to that level there. I got a new video dropping later on today, so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't seen the most recent video, make sure to check that out. What's going on, Anthony? What's going on, Superboy? What's going on, Just Nutty? What's going on, King Smoke? Make sure you read the pinned comment when y'all hop in here. All the charts got the names on the screen somewhere. We can't see it that good. Like I said, we're live on YouTube. I'm looking at both TikTok and YouTube chat. So you got any questions, drop in the chat. As far as what I'm looking for, I'm just waiting for a price to hit my levels to see how they're going to react. I'm looking for buys on the indices, though. Looking for sells on oil. Looking for a sell, another sell position on gold. Took one yesterday. Looking for another one today. And I'm looking for possible buys on the JPY pairs. That's pretty much what I'm looking for today. Let me see what y'all talking about. Exactly. Yeah, like. Yeah, like. And I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't assume you're saying that to be condescending or like trying to. What the fuck? Yo, my TikTok just keep crashing, so we're just gonna be done with TikTok. It is what it is. But yeah, like that's why I answered the question. But it's not that simple. Like if it was that simple, everybody would be, millionaires right now. But it's not that simple. It's literally a process. Like once you understand how to go about trading, then you got to master yourself, the discipline to not be greedy, the discipline to wait, the discipline to have the patience, to not over leverage, to close a trade, to stop looking for trades after you made your daily goal. There's a lot of stuff. There's a big learning curve. It's not that simple, right? Because again, I can show you how to do everything, but just because I show you how to do it doesn't mean you're going to just magically be able to do it. Now, everybody's learning curve is different from others, but again, it's not that simple. And again, $100,000 prop firm is one of the most expensive ones to get, besides the 200, 300,000 one. Like it's not like a 10K prop firm challenge that's just like 60 to $100 or 50K that's like 200, 300 bucks. 100K challenge is like 600 plus bucks. Most people would rather put that into a live account versus putting it into a challenge where they have to pass 2 phases and then be profitable for a month to then get the return on their investment, especially in the beginning. Yeah, but like I said, it's a process. Everybody's got a different process. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I wouldn't even tell people to get 100,000. I would say get a 10K or even a 20, 25K past that one, and then use the payout to then buy $100,000 account versus using your own money to do it. But again, it's literally a process, not that simple. You know what I'm saying? I'll never tell someone to go straight up and buy 100,000, right? You'd want to buy one of the smaller accounts challenges, and then for your profits from the smaller account challenge, use that payout to then reinvest and get a bigger challenge, right? And I got videos actually on my YouTube breaking that stuff down. Like I got a bunch of videos going over the different strategies to use prop firms for, or how to go about using prop firm challenges. But then at the same time, again, not all my members want to have a funded account right now or even plan to get one. So that's assuming everybody wants to get a challenge. And that's also assuming I tell people to buy challenges. I don't tell people to do that shit. I don't tell people how to spend their money. I tell them how to take trades and how to read the charts. Now, how they want to go about using that knowledge is different. If you go into the student member group chat, you'll see people at past challenges using my strategies. You'll also see, I don't want to do that because it's got people's names and faces on it. But members, y'all can see it. There's plenty of screenshots of people using my signals as well as what I teach them to past challenges. But not everybody's goal is to get a challenge. Most people's goals is to grow their account. You know, most people got, $100, $200 account, and all they're really trying to do is figure out how to grow that first. Because like I said, the last thing you want to do is get a funded challenge when you don't have a full understanding of what you're doing. Right. So here's from the group chat. Here's a member that passed the challenge. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what account size, but they passed the challenge. Here's one member that one. I'm trying not to show people's faces and names for privacy reasons. There's another person going about a challenge past phase 1. But again, that's not what I do. I know some traders, their whole point is, hey, get a funded account and do this. I don't tell people to do that. I don't tell people how to go about using what I teach them. Because again, everybody's got different goals. Everybody's got different trading plans. So all I do is I give them the playbook and the tools to accomplish what their goals with trading is. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. Those are just joining the stream. We have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description on the free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description and check that out for yourselves. All right. Last month we went 32 and 5. Last quarter we went 106 wins, 14 losses. This is how we did last week. Last week we went 8-1, gives us an 89% win rate. We caught 50,392 pips, 50,223 strictly with the members in advanced play signal room. Every trade posted has the date, time the trade was entered, my personal entry SL, time people viewed or entered the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit. I do the recap of the day at the end of every day. I do the recap of the week at the end of every week. I do the recap of the month at the end of every month. This is right here, what you see on your screen. Last month we went 32 and 5, gives us 86% win rate. Got toward 157,608 pips, 125,674 strictly with the members and advanced play signal room. And then if you scroll to October 8th, you can see how we did on a longer term basis. And also, these are how many pips we caught, but not every person pulls to the final TP. Right? Some people close early, some people get wicked out in profit. So there's also that to put into account as well. Right, but this is how we did last quarter. July we went 34 and 3. August we went 45 and 7. September we went 27 and 4. July, we caught 105,389 pips. August, we caught 219,708. For September, we caught 16,634. In the quarter, 106 wins, 14 losses. It was an 88% win rate for the quarter. But yeah, things have been pretty slow this hour. Things might pick up the next couple hours. We do have a news event today at 10 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. Let's scroll down and take a look. Yeah, we do got a news event at 10 a.m. We got prelim UOM consumer sentiment for the USD pairs. As far as what I'm looking for today, I'm still looking for buys on the indices. I'm not looking for a buy right now. I'm waiting for my confirmations to get met, so I'm waiting for price to do one of two things. For NAS100, for example, I'm waiting for it to either hit my support resistance level at 15,140, 15,150, where I can look for a buy, or I want to see if price can break and hold 15,300 to that support, where I can look for a buy going towards 15,400, 15,500. I really wouldn't look for sells unless price breaks below 1,500, starts treating that as a resistance. Now, we have shot up for like 8-9 days straight, so retracements are bound to happen, which is what we were talking about earlier this week. And sure enough, that's exactly what we saw. So US30, same thing. I want to see if price can hold this level at 33,700 as support. If it can, we can look for buys going to 34,000. If price can break and hold 34,070 as support, then we can look for buys going up to 34,300, 34,400. I really wouldn't look for sells anytime soon, especially because we got this imbalance right here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And SPX, same thing. I'm looking for buys on SPX. Looking for possible buys on the JPY pairs. Looking for sells on gold. Looking for sells on oil. All that good stuff. Missed the initial goal setup. So I'm waiting for price to either retrace back to 1960, where we can look for that sell, the same place we took that sell on Wednesday, or I'm waiting for price, like we was yesterday in the live stream, to break and hold below 1948, 1946, and look for a sell position there. But yeah, as we can see, prices have kind of been ranging. We do see volume starting to pick up since this past hour when London session started. But again, I'm just patiently waiting for my confirmations to be met so I can look for these setups. All right, y'all. Dropping a video later on today. If you haven't seen my most recent video, make sure to check that out. Make sure to be subbed and have your noties on for when I do post that video later on today. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram is Playmaker_way. TikTok is Playmaker_way. I post daily on both pages. If you want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram and respond to all messages. We're going to be live later on today on TikTok as well. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure to follow, have your noties on for that. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you to the comments, see what y'all talking about. But yeah, we've been on live for about 2 hours, and yeah, literally price has just been ranging the entire time. Can't do nothing about that, but just be patient. You know what I'm saying? We don't control the markets, so nothing we can really do about that. Markets are gonna do what they do always. Training's a marathon, not a sprint, exactly. And everybody's journey and starting point is different. I say it all the time, especially with the members during our live streams. I make the most, and I consistently make the most when I'm not worried about making money. When I just stick to my plan, that's when I make the most money. Like y'all see me all the time. I never pull up my MT4 on the screen. I never look at my MT4, MT5 on my phone unless I'm entering a trade, closing a trade, or adjusting my stop loss. While I'm in a trade and while I'm looking for my setups, I simply just look at the charts. And that's helped my trading tremendously. The money will come once you just stick to your plan and stick to the basics. But when you try to worry about making money, that's when you put unnecessary pressure on yourself and you end up doing the opposite 9 times out of 10. We got EJ pushing, so let's see if EJ can break this level. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching the chart still. I'm gonna catch you to these comments. Let me see what GJ's up to as well. GJ's still kind of struggling to break that level right there. Let's see what EJ does though. Appreciate everybody. Shout out everyone that's been here since y'all joined. Shout out everybody that's been here from the beginning. We started early, so y'all got a little bonus special stream this Friday. I gotta check my alarms. My alarms are desynced. I just synced them. Like, didn't the daylight savings happen over the weekend? So why did my alarms just bug out today? That's kind of weird. Yeah, I think it happened on Sunday. Let me look at the time right now.
Yeah, I think that was just a mistake on my part today. I think it is Friday, so this is the time where I catch up on sleep this weekend. But yeah, let me catch up to the chat. Like I said, I got a video dropping later on today, so be on the lookout for that. Let me see what y'all talking about. I blew many accounts until I learned risk management, non-profitable, but it would be simple if I didn't have it to trade myself and use good signals to earn extra income. I hear people say that all the time. I know everybody's got different opinions, but if you have the liberty to trade and take manual trades, manual is the best way. Like a lot of people, want to use the copiers or just copy people's trade. I mean, that's what you want to do. That's cool, but I teach people here, and my main goal is to teach people how to trade on their own. Now, of course, I do offer signals, so if you want to use my signals, that's cool. But my main goal is to make traders. But that's just my take on it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and dip out. So I'm gonna see y'all later on today at the TikTok live during New York session, or I'll see y'all when I post that video, or I'll see y'all the next time I'm live. Yeah, that's it. All right, later, y'all.